In today's video, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about how to sling the arm away from the body, coming in towards the downswing, and it's the thing that all the pros do, and it just offers effortless distance, and it just makes the swing look and feel completely effortless. And we're going to go through it in a very, very simple step-by-step fashion. A couple of things that we need to understand. The first one is what is known as width. Now, width basically means keeping the hands away from the body in the golf swing. But the thing that most amateur golfers don't realise is that when you hold the golf club and you sort of take it back, say in the takeaway position here, you should be pushing the club away from your body. Okay, so you should quite literally be feeling like I'm trying to push my hands away from my sort of center line, away from my stomach, like so. Okay, and that is applying that force that's going to extend those arms out, and that's one of the things that we really need to get. Most golfers don't realize this, and what they do is they just sort of move the club to the side of the body like so, with kind of like, you know, limp little arms, and that's just not what we want, because your arms are going to get really stuck, and if your arms get stuck, you ain't going to be slingshotting your arm away from your body. You're going to end up with little T-Rex arms, and you're going to end up trying to hit it really hard and making the whole swing quite messy. So we need to understand width, okay, and the best way to do this is to identify very much early on, you know, even in the setup position, I'm not just holding the club, I'm actually pushing the club out as I take my posture, and then in the takeaway position I push the club out like so, and then as I swing back I'll be pushing it out, pushing it out, pushing it out. So I'm always applying a pressure and conscious decision to push the club away from me, and that is a massive part of it, because like I say, you ain't going to be able to slingshot through if your arms are too close to your body. You're going to get trapped, and you're going to get scoopy, and you're going to get really flicky. So that's the first thing you need to be aware of. The second thing that you need to be aware of is you can't, or you shouldn't, let your lead arm, okay, get too close to your body. Okay, now a nice little drill is if you were to bring your lead hand out in front of you, okay, and then move the hand so it's opposite your trail foot. So I'm literally just bringing my lead arm in this position here, and then if I place the fist in between where my upper arm is now located and my pec, I don't want to allow my lead arm to get any closer to my body in that backswing position. Meaning, you know, I don't want to swing back and think I'm pushing out, and then actually I end up letting this arm get too close. You see? So I want to just let my hand go opposite my trail foot, put a fist in between my pec and my lead arm, and what I want to do now is I want to concentrate on feeling like as I move the club back, I take it to the side of me, and then as I complete it, I have to make sure that I am turning. So the thing that moves the club to the side of you, or if you like my hands to the side of me, is a lot to do with, in the takeaway, move my arms to the side, and then from there it's a lot to do with rotation, and then we'll elevate the lead arm up in the air slightly as well. Now if you do those couple of drills, and what I know from when I work with students is it will feel completely different, and it will feel like much more of a muscular activation is happening. So what I mean by this is you should probably feel more in and around your back, because, you know, the easiest way to move, if you don't want to produce any sort of stretch and resistance, is sort of move your head and lift your arms like this. That's easy. What we want to do is we want to feel like we're pushing and we're turning correctly, and the best way to turn correctly is to make sure that you are demonstrating this type of drill, so you're getting your lead hand, and that will feel like a real stretch. But obviously that's what we need, and that's a big thing. Stretch in the backswing, we're creating resistance in the backswing. So when you get to the top of that backswing position, we want to feel like this lead arm isn't too close to the body, and also that my hands are pushing away from me, and that's kind of like winding it up and setting it into a really good position so that we can start to work on the downswing. Now, hypothetically, if you are in a position at the top of the backswing, like so, a really good drill that I want you to practice when it comes to the downswing is place your trail hand like this, and then pop it underneath the lead forearm like so, and then go back similar to that exercise that we've just been demonstrating, and then from this position what you're going to do is you're going to consciously get your trail hand to push your lead arm up as you start the downswing. And what should happen is, if you watch me, see the way I move my pelvis and my chest down to the left, and then that moves my shoulder, so although I'm pushing this up in the air, see the way it's still coming down, and it's coming down as a byproduct of the rotation. Now the reason why this is so significant is this is your transition, so this is your start to the downswing, and what we want to do, and what we know that the pros do, and what I know that I do, is as I start the downswing, as I'm swinging back and then I turn my chest, it's like I'm turning my chest into my arm. So not only have I got this great stretch cycle going on in the backswing, not only am I pushing the club away from me, but I'm also now doing is I'm really using my body to initiate this downswing, and I'm pushing down in towards the floor this way. I've got this stretch going on this way, and by the time I get to left arm horizontal, I've got a nice stretch feel going out this way. I've got a nice rotation, and all of a sudden I'm in a position where I'm going to be able to sling that arm coming in towards that downswing position. So you will need to do these things as I've demonstrated, and when I do lessons I do it like so, and with students I work with online I do it very much like so. It's like mimic the movement first, and then you can start to do it with a golf club. But if you can do it like so, which this movement here, so I've got good rotation, I've not allowed my upper arm to get too close to my body, so I'm not trapped. My hands are in front of my chest from this perspective and pushing the club away from me. Now from here, as I turn my pelvis and my chest down towards the lead side, you can see the way that my arm comes down, but it's being moved down as a byproduct of chest rotation. And then from here, I can obviously continue to rotate, but that's when you're going to get that feeling of slinging that arm away from you, which is going to make a massive difference, because like I say, with most students that I meet for the first time, normally doing things like this, and then sort of, you know, trying to feel like they're trying to speed up the arms, it's just not the way to go about it. What you really want to be doing is you want to be thinking very much about stretching out, turning in towards that lead arm, and then from there, as you sort of continue to rotate and you go into this finish position, you're just going to want to feel that energy from that lead arm. It's just going to want to ping away from you at a speed, and it's going to feel exactly the same as if you were messing around throwing a frisbee. That's the kind of feeling that we want to have, and that's the reason why pros are able to hit it so far, and it looks pretty much effortless every single step of the way. And that's what I want you guys to experience as well. So concentrate on those points, nice and wide in that first move. Don't let the lead arm get too close to the chest, and then from there, as you start the downswing, get the pelvis and the chest to move down so it moves the arm, and you'll feel that activation in that arm that will just want to be propelled off your chest coming in towards that downswing, which will just produce tremendous amounts of club head speed for you, and it'll make the swing effortless and so much easier. I'll see you soon.